Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my channel if you are new here. I am Martina Lily and today we are putting to the test some new Dior products. So I picked up the new Dior Stick Foundation, the new Dior Stick Contour, and the Bronze and Highlighter Duo. I don't usually test a lot of Dior products on my channel. Normally I don't super duper vibe with the brand's products, like they just don't usually work with my aesthetic. So I'm going to be very interested to see how these go and if I like them. Now hopefully that all sounds interesting to you guys. If it does, go ahead and do the YouTubey things, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Before we get into the application of these products, just a couple of little things. One, everything I use on my face today will be linked in the description box down below for you guys. They are affiliate links though, so if you shop through them, thank you so much. From what I can see, these are only released in Australia right now, but if I can find them wherever in the world, I will have that linked for you as well. I will have timestamps as well if you only want to see certain parts. I've done like some swatches and everything of these products. This is a first impressions of these products. The contour and the blush and everything, I'm gonna know how I feel about them. The foundation, we'll see what my first impressions is, and then don't you worry, very soon after this video I will have a follow-up on whether or not I think this foundation's fully worth it, but we'll know if I instantly hate it, which is the big thing, right? So this is the new foundation stick. Packaging is really cute. Has this like luxe like Dior button here. And it's the shiny one, has the shade name and everything on the bottom. I got the shade 1N. I've done like a swatch and then also comparison swatches against all of the other foundation sticks I own in my collection, so I will swipe to that shortly for you to see the swatch. It has 10 grams of product in the stick and it is made in Japan, which is, I don't know if I've really ever tried a foundation made in Japan. I probably have, but none that's coming to mind. It doesn't actually have an expiry date on here or on the packaging, so I don't actually know what the expiry is. Sorry, it doesn't have, like, you know how it normally has the little makeup sign with the months in it? It doesn't have that on here or the box, so if I can find it, I'll put it on the screen for you guys. Now, this does have coconut in it, so it may or may not break me up. We'll soon find out. Sometimes it does, a lot of the time it does, I'll be honest, but it also has some ingredients before that in it, like Saccharomyces ferment, which can sometimes offset it for me. My skin's very finicky, so I'll test it for science for us all, shall we? If you're sensitive to coconut, I'll test it for science. I paid 99 Australian dollars for the stick foundation, obviously depending on your currencies, that's going to vary. And then the claims of this multi-use foundation stick. So it's called the multi-use foundation stick Blur Perfection 24-hour wear and hydration. 18 shades available. Shade range always is going to need work, right? Especially for a high-end brand, usually. So it says that it's natural blurred finish, provides 24-hour wear and hydration. I mean, who wants to wear their makeup for 24 hours? But you know, maybe it just means like if you want long wear time, you good. Buildable coverage evens out complexion and erases imperfections to reveal a flawless complexion in a single step. It lets the skin breathe, provides continuous hydration, soft lightweight texture developed to melt into the skin and blend seamlessly without any effort for a barely there feel. Let's go into the swatches of the foundation. Let's talk about the contour stick. I mean, this packaging, I love the matte packaging. Again, it's basically exactly the same except to the foundation stick, but this one has, the foundation, sorry, has shiny packaging and the contour has matte packaging. I really like the packaging of these, and there's some heft to them. They feel luxe. The packaging is A+, truly, it really is. So this is a sculpting and bronzing face stick, seamless perfection, sorry, 24-hour wear and hydration. It's Dior's first contouring stick, easy to apply and blend, natural looking sculpt or bronzing effect, and again, 24-hour wear. Okay, it also says that it should have a streak-free finish, and there's 4 shades. Shade range could always use work, but I will say they've at least gone pretty deep from what I can see, but I'm not a makeup artist. I've only ever worked on my skin tone, so let us know in the comments if you think that's a shade for you. That would be awesome. This also has 10 grams of product in it, and I actually paid $95 Australian for this, so again, depending on your currency. Now I will swipe into the swatch of this product for you. Lastly, I picked up one of the Rouge Blush and Glow duos. I picked up Dioriviera, I believe is how you pronounce it. It's basically like a peachy blush and a champagne-y highlight. There's 6 shades. 4 of them are kind of a blush and highlight shade. 2 of them are a blush and highlight depending on your taste of blush colors, or for some skin tones they'd actually work really lovely, I think, as bronzers. They seem to be baked formulas in here because they don't have the metal pan around them. The way that they're pressed into the pan makes me feel like these are baked. I'll swipe to swatches of these shortly. The blush feels so silky and smooth, and I'm going to be really interested to try this highlight because it's going to go either way as to whether there's little glitter specks on the skin when you use this. So I'm going to be very intrigued to see how that performs on the skin. But I do think it looks nice and cute, and just kind of one of those products that you can grab and go for any occasion. It's just going to look good with every look. The quick little description of this is the Rouge Blush Color and Glow is the duo palette in matte and glow finishes by Dior. In a single step, the powder texture blends seamlessly with the skin for a blush and glow or a contour and glow. So depending on the shade that you pick, it basically just says use it as a blush and highlight separately, mix them together for a glowy kind of blush, that kind of a deal. So we will see how that performs, and I paid 92 Australian dollars for that one. Okay, let's swipe into the swatches of those and then let's get into applying these. All right, you guys are zoomed in really close. Like I said, 4K, no filters. So I'm gonna start with primer. We're gonna do the foundation first. And I'm gonna use my Hourglass Vanish primer. My little pump broke, so I have to put it out in the back of my hand. I've actually nearly finished this, which is very exciting. Because this is a bit of a mattifying, if you will, primer. I'm just taking my LYS foundation brush to apply this because I feel like this foundation feels really creamy, and it says the word hydration multiple times in the description. And so I have combination skin if you are new here. And so I'm gonna need to control some of the oils at bay. This is my Refi under eye balm. I'll have all these linked below. And then I'm just going to quickly speed through me doing my color corrector. I always wear green color corrector regardless. That's a step I always do. It might not look it on camera, but I do have quite red skin. And then I'm going to use the Chanel Cross mixed with the Natasha Denona under eye correctors. So I'll speed through this bit. We are all primed up. That's what we're looking like. Let's put this to the test, shall we? I'm nervous this is gonna break me up, but it's my own fault if it does. I know there's coconut in here, but I can't help myself. I need to test it, okay? This is what I just do to myself. So we have it right here. Let's do 1/2 first. It might be a touch dark, but the shade down was too deep, so we'll see how we go. This is a Sigma Soft Coverage F48 foundation brush, and I'm gonna use this to blend it out. I always find a brush is better with a stick foundation, and this is clean. I haven't used any products on it, and actually, this doesn't smell like it has any fragrance in it. Un momento. Let me see if this has any fragrance in it, because it doesn't smell like it does, which is good. Yeah, no, this doesn't, from what I can, oh, it does have fragrance in it, apologies. It says parfum. Yes, no, it has fragrance in it as well. It just doesn't really smell like much, which is nice. It just smells kind of herby. So we'll see how this goes. Now this is supposed to be blurring as well, keep that in mind. But that holy dooly is looking really nice. Sorry, I got a new chair hoping it wasn't gonna squeak, and it still squeaks. I gotta figure it out. Foundation, no foundation. All right, this is the first impressions, obviously. I don't know how this wears yet, but I feel like you can tell that looks really nice initially. Holy dooly, I hope this doesn't break me out because that looks nice. It reminds me actually quite instantly of the Ilia complexion stick. I'll do another this or that. If you caught my recent one on my channel, I just recently did like a this versus that, like putting similar products against each other and why you would pick one over the other. I'll do another one and I'll compare this with the Ilia stick as well when I've got my full thoughts on this, but initially I'm pretty darn impressed with that. If you're new to my channel, For some reason, Dior products don't normally just work for me well, like in terms of my preferences. Like, you know how some brands just really, you got like any product that you try from the brand and you're just like, this is for me. Chanel's like that for me. Tom Ford's like that for me. Dior so far has not been like that for me. Not through lack of wanting, truly. I want to love every single piece of makeup that I try, truly. And I'm a luxury makeup lover, so I want to love all the brands. So we'll see, maybe this is the first one, because that is looking really nice. Look at that. Has a nice healthy glow to it as well without being texturizing. It does feel ever so, no, actually it's pretty much dried down. Like, it does feel hydrating, not tacky, but it doesn't leave the fingerprints on the skin when you touch it. And it has blurred through here. Huh. I wasn't expecting this to look this good. Just from the feel of it, it felt so emollient. I really wasn't expecting it to look this good. That's really nice, you guys. My first impression so far of this foundation is that's really nice. Also, I think I don't need to say this, but just in case, I bought this with my own money. Not sponsored. Dior could care less who I am, trust me. And if I didn't like it, I have never shied away from saying I don't like a Dior product or any product. So if I didn't like it, I'd tell you. I mean, this isn't my final review, but initially I am actually really loving it. Surprisingly so. It's always lovely when things work out. I'm going to put some concealer on. I'm currently testing the Danessa Myricks Lift and Flex. This is the shade 2. Spoiler alert, really enjoying it. Is it my, like, instantly like one of my fave concealers of all time? No. But do I actually quite like it? And has it, I've been wearing it, I've worn it 2 days so far in a row. This is just a side note if you're interested. Worn it 2 days in a row. This is a BK109. I wore it to work in the office for 10 plus hours, and it wore beautifully, truly. So I will have a review on this concealer coming very shortly after this as well. But it's so far quite lovely, but it's not as hydrating as some other concealers. So if you like an uber hydrating concealer, I don't know if this would be for you. But anyway, this is not a review for this, so I'm just gonna speed through me blending this out. So we have foundation and we have concealer on. Let's put the contour to the test, shall we? I am really liking this so far, so let's hope this stays the way. Now, you don't need to put this on under here. I just like to shade in a little bit of my double chin, I'm not gonna lie. I have a feeling this is probably gonna be quite emollient, so let's do less is more. And this shade already, I can tell, seems like a really nice contour shade, which is awesome. It's very neutral. Sonia G Sheer Buffer, because it is the best brush to blend out cream product, like a cream bronzer. I've been testing so many cream contours and bronzers lately, so I'm gonna have to do a roundup, but that blended out really nice. I think these might be my favorite Dior products I have literally ever tried. I shouldn't say, I really like their eyeshadow quads. I also like their single shadows. I've got Beige Mitzvah and that's gorgeous. I also like their lip maximizers. So there are Dior products that I do like. I've just never tried their complexion products and be super wowed. Like, I don't love the Dior Forever bronzers and everything that everyone else seems to love. So, you know, stay tuned. But wow. I also didn't like the Dior Backstage powder and stuff that everyone else loved. That's gorgeous. I probably put a little bit too much on. That's a me problem. I generally tend to do that. But what I'm going to do is just take my clean sponge. This has no product in it, and I'll just tap it over and I bet you it'll just pick up that excess product. But also, even though I accidentally put too much on, it blended out gorgeously still. Look at that, you guys. I don't know how that looks on camera, but in person, that looks beautiful. I don't say that lightly. I am very picky when it comes to foundations and skin products. That's looking lovely. It's not a full coverage, which I'm okay with. I actually like just a light to medium or medium coverage. I don't want anything super full coverage every now and then, but not on the everyday. This just feels like a foundation initially that I can pop on, and it's going to be really just fuss free and like natural, and then that cream contour just blended impeccably. Like, I feel like you guys watched that happen in real time, right? Wow. Okay, let me powder. So for my under eyes, I'm just going to mix my YSL All Hours with my Pat McGrath Labs under eye blurring powder, and then I'm going to use my Chanel loose powder for the rest of my face. That's kind of like what I always do, so I'll speed through those steps. I'll also keep it in the Dior family and use the Dior Forever bronzer. What is this called? The summer one. This is the Natural Bronze Glow in pink bronze, and then we'll come back and use the highlighter and blush together. So let me speed through these steps. So that is all powdered and bronzed, and I just quickly put some brows on as well. I always set my face, again, if you're not new around here, you know, like I have combination skin, I need to set my face. So I am doing my makeup exactly how I would do it, because otherwise it's not actually a fair judgment of the foundation, if that makes sense. But obviously if you don't usually set your face or anything, I'd probably look for another YouTuber that doesn't set their face. But so far I really like it. It is smoothing, it feels very natural. It really does feel actually very, very lightweight. And yeah, I have zero complaints so far. Okay, let's put highlighter and blush on. Now I put highlighter on first. Normally I would do liquid first and then powder, but we'll just use the powder today so you can see it on its own. So let me take this one. I'm gonna take it on my Danessa Myrix Cross My Kitco MY7 fan brush. So we'll pick a little bit up. And let's see. Okay, yeah. It has some micro glitters. So it's not a metallic formula like the Lancome Tint Idole highlighter. If you saw my review of the Lancome Tint Idole highlighter, that has 0 glitter specks in it. And that's more of like a really natural metallic form. But this one, yeah, I can see glitter specks. In saying that, when I say they're like micro glitter, it's micro glitter, but I can see them. So it's not my personal favorite type of highlighter, but I also don't think it overly is emphasizing texture or anything. And I think it's looking quite soft and natural, to be fair, considering they is like micro glitter specks, but we'll see how it goes when I set it. Usually, sometimes that'll melt all of them in and you can't see them at all, but I don't know. What are you guys thinking so far? Now let's do the blush. My Smashbox cheek brushes, are in the wash. So let's use a clean Ref of 5 and see how this goes. So we'll pick some of the product up. There's not much coming off on the brush, so hello. Okay, well let's just see how this goes. It's really not applying much at all. Oh, here we go. There we go. Very soft. Okay, there we go. Now that it's like you have to get through the first initial layer of this or something to like get the product. There we go. This definitely has a fragrance as well, just FYI. So if you're super sensitive to fragrance, it's not going to be for you. I mean, that's looking pretty. It's very soft. I mean, if you're much deeper than me, I don't think you would be able to make this work for you. Nothing that makes me go, holy dooly, I'm completely wowed by that. Let me set my face, because that is, I always set my face. So this is the Vive setting spray. I can still see the micro glitters. Like I said, they're very, very, very small. Don't think like glitters, I guess glitter specks, but just like fairy glitter specks, if you will. They're teeny tiny. It doesn't accentuate texture, but it just doesn't look like the Lancome Tint Idole highlighter. Check out that review if you haven't, if you're not looking for something with a glitter speck, because that is really like a liquid highlight in a powder form. It's so seamless and natural on the skin, whereas this really doesn't feel that, or it doesn't look that way up close, if you will, but it seems to look okay in the monitor. I don't know, let me know what you guys think. All right, I'm gonna go finish my makeup because I'm gonna go and use the new Bobbi Brown cord as a review, so that'll be up either before or after this. So I'm gonna go do that and see how that this all sits while I'm doing my eyes, and then we'll come back and I will give you my kind of final and initial thoughts on these products, if you will. All right, I'll see you in a sec. All right, friends, this is the finished makeup look. What do we think? I am so pleasantly surprised. And I know it's like, why would you buy makeup products if you don't think they're going to work? It's more so just the track record I've had with Dior. These two products, I am impressed. The foundation, I will keep you updated in a speed reviews after I have kept testing it. However, my initial first impressions is I'm stoked. It feels very lightweight. It was blurry. It went on lovely. I could build it up. It's looking lovely. It's not settling in fine lines or anything like that yet, which is a really good sign. You know, I went away and did my eyes and everything. It probably took about 20 minutes. We're looking good so far. Now, I will keep you updated though. The contour stick, I can tell you straight away, I'm really, really impressed with this. Really impressed. I love the tone of it. I think it's a really nice contour shade for me and my skin tone. I love how emollient and easy to blend it was. It really was like, you just need a small amount. It blended, I think it spoke for itself. It blended out really, really easily. Gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I'm really pleasantly surprised with both of those products. This one though, I can leave for sure. I can leave this. I don't need it. I don't personally recommend it unless you're absolutely a Dior fan. I wasn't originally going to pick this up, but because I could get these two products while I was there, I was like, you know what, I'll just do 3-in-1, right, for the review. I don't like the highlighter. It's just, I don't like the glitter specs. It's not dramatically bad. It's just not for me. It's not my personal preference. I much prefer the Lancome Tinny Doll or the Fenty Demi highlighter. I just think they're a lot more natural. Even the Natasha Denona, is it the Hygiene Skin Infused highlighter that she just recently released? I think that's a lot more natural on the skin than this one. It's just not my vibe. The blush is fine. Is it anything rave-worthy for me? No, like, I mean, I feel like it's like faded already. I feel like you can barely tell I'm really even wearing any. Could it be the shade? Yeah, but I'm not that dark, you know? I'm not the most palest, but I'm pretty pale at the same time. It's also winter here. I'm as pale as it's gonna get. So yeah, I don't know. This hasn't wowed me. This one I'm like, absolutely can leave it. Doesn't impress me. Don't think you need to spend your money. I think if you are interested in these though, I'd say consider it because they have impressed me, truly. I am going to wear this though, and by the time this goes up, I'm going to put in the description box next to these products where I link them if they broke me out. Because if you have sensitive skin to coconut like me, these very well may break me out. So check the description box to see if they did, because if they're going to break me out, I will know tomorrow, and I'm not going to get this up by that time. I will know by the time this goes up if it's going to break me out at least. And I will also update you just on the wear time of this foundation as well, and how it wore and everything so far in the description box as well. So check out the description box for that kind of update in the interim. That is my thoughts on the new Dior products. What do you think? Are you planning on picking any of these up? Let me know. I'd love to hear in the description in the comments, not the description box, down below. If you've made it this far, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so, so much. Extra special shout out to my Lily absolute legends. Thank you for supporting my channel as well as all of my other members. And I hope that you have the most amazing day wherever you are in the world, and I will see you next time. Bye.